Thanks for joining me. Welcome. Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, so this is the video that a lot of you have been waiting for. This is how to print larger items with a smaller format printer. Okay, I'm talking about the 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, and I believe 8.5 by 17. So if you guys have like the Sawgrass 500, that's the one I'm going to be using today. I also have the EcoTanks, like the 2760 and the 2720. I have 4 of those upstairs, and this one that are all small format printers. Okay, and then I have 2 13 by 19 printers, and then I'll be getting in the 24-inch from Epson as well. So we'll be able to go over how to use all of those and everything. But for today, it is what has been most requested in the Facebook groups. How do I print out for these stoles that are 51 inches? That's the toddler size or the kid size. The 70-inch and I believe the 65-inch. You can do it. You can do it without any issues when you use your small format printer. What basically it is that you're just going to use more sheets and you're going to layer your images. Okay, so I'm going to go through what it is that you're going to need. First of all, of course, you're going to need your printer. Okay, I'm going to move it over. All right. You are going to need your sublimation paper. Okay, I am using a sub. You can get this off of Amazon. I'll have the link in the description box below. They have the 8.5 by 11, the 8.5 by 14, as well as the 8.5, I believe, by 17. So they have those. Okay, what you're going to need next is scissors or one of these that you're going to be able to cut your paper with. Okay, because we're going to have to cut the 6 sheets of paper and then layer them on top of each other. I recommend, if you do not have one of those machines, to get it. I'll leave it in the description box below. You're going to need measuring tape because you always want to measure your stole, okay, or your t-shirt stole, whatever. Just because they say that's the dimensions does not mean it. You just rather be safe than sorry. Okay, of course, your blank, your stole in this case. You're going to need regular printing paper. Okay, I'll get into this in a minute. This is really important. It will save you a lot of time. Regular printing paper. You can get that at Walmart. All right, you're going to need heat tape. Again, this machine is awesome. It holds 4 individual rolls at once, and I'm able to pull them off. It cuts it for me, and then it has 2 on the side in case I don't need 4. Put your scissors in there. Everything else, you can get that. And I'll have that listed below as well. So your laptop, okay? And what we are going to be achieving today, I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the finished products. Once it's done and put together, this is what we are going to be doing, okay? We're going to be doing this. We're going to go all the way through it. I'm even going to heat press it for you, show you how I lay it down and everything. But yeah, it looks like one long printout. So this is what we're going to be achieving today. So what I'm going to do is hop off. I'm going to set up everything on the table so we can go ahead and get started. Okay, everybody, we are back. We are all set up and we are ready to go. So bear with me because I wrote down everything that I need to go over with you guys. It's only because I just know how to do it. So I had to write it down. So I made sure I don't skip anything and not explain anything along the way. So again, you guys know I like to keep it short and sweet. Not a lot of talking in the beginning. We're going to go ahead and jump right on in. So what I'm using to do this is going to be Silhouette Studio. Some of you guys will be able to do this in Adobe if you're familiar with that, like Photoshop. I don't do it in Canva because it just doesn't allow me to do the details that I need. You can, and you can do this on your Cricut software as well. And a Cricut Studio, I'm not sure what it's called because I only use Silhouette Studio for my Cameo printer. What you're going to do is, if you want to use the same software I'm using, you can go to the Silhouette Studio. I'll have the link in the description, and you can use their free edition. Everything that I'm doing is going to be in their free edition. It doesn't require you to buy stuff to have extra tools. We're not using any of the extra elements. I have the business edition, but everything that we are doing, you are going to be able to do with the free version. So again, I'll leave that in the description below. We are going to be using Silhouette Studio to go ahead and do this. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start in Canva. Okay. So if you're in Canva, this is how your image looks after you've edited, or if you bought this one, whatever. You've edited your template and you're ready to size it. The first thing that you're going to need to do is this white part, this part right here that I'm moving, that is just the template. The template is there to make sure that you keep everything in a certain area so that when you go to sublimate it, you know that it will fit. Let me give you some key points. These elements that are going to be, let me blow it up for you guys. These things right here at the top, his face, also the hat, Yoshi, all of that, you guys have to understand that this is going to be at the smaller side, the smaller section of that stole. So you need to measure your stole across with your measuring tape to get that measurement. That's why I said you want to have your measuring tape, okay? So you want to go to the smallest section up top. For mine, we are using the 51-inch stole. This is for children in elementary school and even middle school, okay, depending on their size. So I am going to be using a 51-inch long stole for that. And for mine, the smallest area across or width-wise is going to be 3 inches. So I needed to make sure that Yoshi, this hat, everything fit within 3 inches. I made them 3 inches wide. Same thing with this photo here. I made it 3 inches wide. I did make it a little bit bigger so it could have some bleed over, but what I want, which is important, is going to be 3 inches wide. What you're going to do next is, when you have this highlighted, the template part, you want to delete it. Okay? Just delete it. Okay? From here, what you're going to do is save your image. Okay? You want to save it. You want to go to download. I'm just doing this because some people have told me they don't even know how to do it. So guys, bear with me. For me personally, I bring this all the way over. Okay. 3.125 is what I'm saving it as. And then I download it. Okay. Once it's downloaded, we are then going to hop into our Silhouette Studio. Okay. When you come into the Silhouette Studio, if for whatever reason it is showing, and give me 1 second, this, it's going to come in like this. Okay. Don't worry about that. This gray area, or this gray thing right here, is just the mat. It's saying, like, if you have your cutting mat, you can remove that. You're going to come over here to the right hand side. It's going to be number 3 where it says cutting mat. You're going to click it. You're going to say none. Okay. Then what you're going to do is go to number 4. It says media size. You want to click it. And for us, because we are using the letter size, the 8.5 by 11, we are going to click 8.5 by 11. Okay. So 8.5 by 11. This is what we have here. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and come over to where it says file on the left-hand side up here at the top. We're going to come down. You're going to hit merge. Do not hit open. Do not hit new. Hit merge. Okay. Merge. And then it's going to open up. You are then going to select your image. Okay. Boom. I got my image. Hit OK. It's going to take a moment for it to bring it in because we did it at really, really high resolution when we saved it in Canva. Just give it a second and it'll go ahead and populate. And give me a second while I go ahead and read over everything. Okay, so when this image comes in, we are going to make 2 copies of it. Okay, we're going to make 2 duplicates. You do not have to go back and bring it in again. Okay, so give me a second. What I'm getting ready to do is highlight it. I'm going to, you're either going to click with your mouse, right hand click, And you're going to go to where it says duplicate. Boom. You made both of your duplicates, okay? So that's what we need. We need 2 of those. Once we go ahead and have 2 of those, we are going to come over to the left-hand side and we are going to go ahead and make a rectangle. So we're going to come over right here, okay? Right here. I'm going to click the first one and then it is going to, come on. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to be able to draw a rectangle, okay? You're just going to draw a box, all right? Once you draw that box, go back to the arrow, okay? You have to go back to the arrow or you're going to keep drawing boxes. Once you draw that box, what you want to do is then size this rectangle, okay? We are going to come over here. You want to make sure this is unlocked. This is the lock or unlock button. Sometimes it'll be like that where it's showing that it's locked. All you have to do is hit unlock and we're going to come over here and we are going to change our size. Okay. So because I measured my stole, I know it is 51 inches. So you're going to divide that and then give it an inch. Okay. So it's really supposed to be like 25.5 something. What I do is just do 25.999 or 26. Okay. So for the width, it is going to be 4.25. That's how wide the widest part is at the bottom. Okay. So it is 4.25. We're going to hit, 4.25. We're going to hit tab. And then we're going to type in 25.999. That's going to be 25.999. And then we're going to hit enter. Okay, so it shaped our rectangle for that. What I'm going to do is hit Control and the minus key, and it's going to bring us out, or you can zoom out. From there, I'm going to take the rectangle that we just made, all right, and we are going to duplicate this, and we are going to make 4 of them, okay? 2, 3, and 4, okay? We're going to take 2 of those and set them over here with this one. And then we're going to take this one. Oh, I need to make another one. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to chop this in half, okay? And what I mean by that is, let me blow it up one step. And then I'm going to close this out for you guys. There we go. Okay. If you can see, right now, I'm moving this red box. I'm going to bring it right on over, okay? And I'm going to put it in the middle of my image. I'm going to put it as close to the second image, but not, going into it as possible, okay? So we're going to do that. Then once we have that centered, we're going to zoom back out. Here's the kicker. This is what's important. We are going to then highlight both of these, okay? All you're doing when you highlight is bring it down. You're going to pick up the image and this rectangle. And then once you have it, we're going to go up to the top where it says object up here. We're going to hit object. We're going to go to modify and we're going to go to crop. Boom. We have our left side. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to grab another one and we're going to do the same thing for the left hand side. Okay. So you just want to be able to get everything in. Okay. If you can see that, how I got everything inside of that box. All right. This is the red box right here. Sorry. This is the red box right here. And then you can see it trimmed around the right side of our image. So what we're going to do is highlight, cover. We're going to go back up to objects. We're going to go back to modify. And then we're going to go to crop. Boom. We have our left side. Okay. So now what I like to do, okay, I'm going to come on out. I'm going to delete this one because I made an extra one. Delete. Okay. So now all we have to do is make this into our actual stole size, okay? Because I already know mine, I'm going to come back up here. It's at 4.25. That's where we need it. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to do 25.999, enter. Okay, it made it longer. We're going to do the same thing with this one. All right, it's already at 4.25, and we're going to make this one 25.999, enter. Yep, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to delete this other one. So technically, you guys, I told y'all wrong. You just need to have 2 of those boxes. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is we are going to make another box, okay, or another rectangle. This time we're going to need 6 of them. So we're going to come back over to the left-hand side. We're going to come right here. We're going to go ahead and highlight it. We're going to draw a box. We're going to go back up to the arrow, okay? Once we're at the arrow, we're going to go ahead and come over here, all right? So this is very important because when you're doing this, your printer has a certain area where you can print. They're called like print lines or borders, okay? So for my system, how it's set up, we're going to come down to where it says page setup, the initial one that we started on. If you guys aren't sure how I did that, it's a little collapse button right here. And you hit the arrow, it'll bring it down and it'll close it back up. So you're going to bring it down. You're going to come down and you're going to highlight show print border. Okay. I like to do the print border because it lets me know not to make it too big, not to make it too small. So because it's an 8.5 by 11, we still only have a certain amount of space on the inside to use. Okay. So we're going to do that, but we're going to make this second box, or the 6 boxes, a little bit smaller to where it fits into this. And we know that we won't have anything cut off and we'll be able to do our layering and everything very smooth. Okay, so now we're going to take this box, and the measurements for this box, if you're going to be doing the kids one, it is going to be a width of 8.048, and then it's going to be a height of 10.490. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit enter, and then we are going to make 6 of these. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3 and put it on this side, and then I'm going to keep the other 3 on this side for the left hand. All right, so our next step is we're going to take our image, our left side image. We're going to make 3 duplicates of that, 1 and 2. So now we have 3 total. We're going to do the same thing for the right side. We're going to duplicate. We're going to, if you do that, just hit Control Z, it'll bring it back, or come up here to this back arrow, and anything that you did, you can undo, okay? All right, so we're going to hit duplicate, and then we're going to duplicate one more time. So now we have 3. Okay, so for this, we are going to be using 6 sheets total. 3 sheets for one side, 3 sheets for the other side to achieve the length that we need, okay? So the first thing that we want to do, I'm going to just move all of this over together right there, and I'm going to collapse this. Okay, there we go. I'm going to bring the first image, I'm going to highlight it just by tapping it, and then I'm going to come up right here to where this little tool is. It's like a bullseye. Okay, that is going to center it for me. Okay, I don't have to worry about it. I know that this is centered on that 8.5 by 11 page. Okay, from there, The next thing that I want to do is bring another image over, okay? But I want to give it some space between the two, okay? And then I'm going to bring the other image over, okay? Now, what you guys want to pay attention to is if you see those blue lines right here, this blue line, that lets me know everything is centered, okay? So they're all perfectly straight across from each other. They're centered. That's what you want, okay? You want to be able to have all three centered because what we're going to do next is very important. We're going to take one of these, we're going to highlight it, and then we're going to hit that center button. Okay, now everything is centered, okay? The next thing we want to do is take this, because this is our other sheet that we're going to use for the other sheet of paper, and we want to put it around our next image. I'm going to zoom in for you so you can see what I'm doing maybe a little bit better. Okay, so that red one is now in the center. We're going to take the next one and we're going to put it just like this. You don't want to put it too close to the top border, but just enough, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that third one and we're going to do it at the bottom to the one all the way to the right, okay? And I'm going to come down. And there, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out and I'm going to bring it up. So what we're looking at right now is that we have all three images, okay? And all three images are basically layered, okay? Because they're going to cross each other. You see how this red mark cuts off right here? It's going to overlay right here. Same thing for right here. Now, the way that we do this is just like before. We're going to highlight them one by one. What you're going to do is you're going to grab that red box and you're going to grab your image. Once you do that, we're going to go back up to the top to object. We're going to come back down, modify, crop. Boom, we have our first one. Okay, next thing, same thing. We're going to repeat. Okay, say it with me now. Object, modify, crop. We have our second sheet. All right, say it with me. We're going to highlight, object, modify, crop. Boom. We have our third sheet. Now, I'm going to show you guys how this looks and how it's going to look when you get it on paper, okay? Right now, you're probably like, wait a minute, this looks kind of sketchy. I get it. So we're going to take that first layer or that first page, all right? This is our second page. So you see right here how you see his nose and everything else. So what we're going to end up doing is layering it, okay? And then we're going to go up and all you have to do is come over, push up, boom. This is what we're going to be doing once we cut everything up and we print them out. We're going to just be relayering everything back on there to make it look like one big printout. Okay, you guys? So now that we've done that, we need to go ahead and do it for the, what did I do? There we go. Okay, we need to do it for the right-hand side. So we're going to go ahead and come over. We're going to go ahead and highlight one. We're going to hit that center button. Let it do the work for us. We're going to bring the next one over. Let me zoom out so I can make sure I'm lining everything up right. Okay. And you make sure you just give everything enough space. All right. I'm waiting for that blue mark to come up for me to let me know that we're good. Okay. And then, boom. Down there at the bottom. Okay. All right. So then we're going to take this one. We're going to hit center. It's going to center that one for us. We're going to take the next one. We're going to put it down here at the bottom. And there we go. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't touch because this time I didn't give it enough space. Okay, and then we're going to take this one and we're going to put it up at the top. So come up. And you guys, I don't have my mouse, so I'm actually just using the pad, which is a nightmare. Okay. We have all three. We know that they're overlapped because we can look at it and we can see. All right. So again, repeat it with me. We're going to highlight. We're going to go to object. We're going to go to modify. We're going to go to crop. There's going to be someone that's going to forget this step. Trust me, I did in the very beginning. You're going to highlight. You're going to object, modify, crop. Okay. And the last one, we're going to highlight, modify, and we are going to crop. We have all 6 sheets, everybody. Now, the most important thing, I don't know about you guys, but I like to just go ahead and mirror my images now, okay? What you can do, let me get rid of this guy. What you can do is highlight or select everything. Then we're going to go back up to the top where object is. We're going to go to mirror. It's the very first one. And then we're going to flip horizontal. Boom. Flipped everything for us. Okay. Now, what you want to do, for example, I've already let me cancel that. So you want to open up 6 different boxes total. Okay. The way you do that is you just click the plus sign right here and it'll open up another one for you. Okay. What you want to do is you want to take your first sheet. You want to center it. This is going to be page 1. For page 2, what you're going to do is you're going to click the second image. You're going to hit copy. You're going to go into page 2 and you're going to paste it just like that. Okay. And what you're going to do next is once that image drops in there like that, you are going to hit the center. It'll center it for you. And you're going to continue to repeat that step for each one. So I'll show you again. I had already pre-did these, but let me go ahead and delete one. And I can just show you exactly how that'll be done. So for the left side, we already have page 1, page 2. This would be page 3 for the left side. We're going to hit copy. We're going to go into page 3. We're going to hit paste. We're going to hit center. When you bring it in, you don't even have to tap it. It's already highlighted. You're just going to hit center. And you'll do the same thing for the other side of the stall, okay? You're going to bring in the top picture, the middle picture, and then the bottom picture. At that point, you will have all 6 of your pages, okay? The reason I like to go ahead and make sure I have all the pages ready to go is so now from here, I can just print, okay? You can hit Control P, and what will happen is that it'll pop it up. This is the reason why I said we wanted to make sure it was within that cut border. This black line shows where it will not print. It won't print outside of that. So we are well within that. So again, let me show you. From here, you can hit Control P, or if you're not familiar with that, go to File, okay? You're going to come down, and then you're going to hit Print, okay? From there, you're going to set up your printer however it is that you set up your printer to print everything out, okay? Right now, I can only show you on the Sawgrass because that's the one I'm going to be using to print from. So if you have a Sawgrass, I can show you right now. You're going to go into Preferences, okay? You're going to select high quality. You want this to be a high quality image, okay? You want your document size to be 8.5 by 11, okay? And that's pretty much it for me. My Sawgrass is like a plug and play. You don't have to do anything extra or different. It will do it, okay? Now, this is where the regular sheets of paper are going to come in it. I'm going to go ahead and move this over because as far as the technical aspect, we've done that. Okay. Now, this is where the regular piece of paper comes in it. You, for the life of you, you can do what you want to. You don't have to listen. If I were you, I would test print. There's no reason to test print on your actual sublimation paper because if it's wrong, then you wasted the paper. Ink does not cost that much to print per page. It's literally cents, like 3 cents, okay? Take the time out to get regular printing paper, print it out, make sure, you know, everything is within size. So that way, when you lay, hold on, you guys can't see. When you go to measure and make sure those images fit within there, you know. If for whatever reason they don't fit, it is just regular paper. You can go back in, make the necessary adjustment to these images that may have been too big, or even these images that the stole that's not fitting on there. Okay. So if you do this and you realize, hey, I got, major pieces that I want, they're not on here, go back into Canva, resize your actual digital art, your art clips to be within that width that you measured. Okay. For this one, it was 3 inches. And then print it back out on regular piece of paper, set it on top, and that way you'll know, okay? The best thing is, once you do this, you don't really have to do it again if you keep ordering from the same person that you get your stoles from. You're good to go. So you're good. Now, what we're going to get ready to do next is I'm going to show you how, once you print everything out, how you're going to cut it to layer it. So give me one moment so I can set that up for you guys, and I'll be right. Okay, everybody, we are back. I've got everything positioned, so just bear with me. Okay, I'm going to be going slow because I want to make sure I got this in frame, because you guys, I'm doing it from my phone, not my camera, so work with me. Okay, so I did the first step. Okay, I've already done one. This is how it looks in the back when it's taped. This is how it looks when you merge those photos together. So in order to achieve this, what we're going to do is your middle one, I don't necessarily say you would cut. You're going to cut the first page, and you're going to cut the third page, and you're going to measure everything up to that point. The way I do that is, if you can see, this is the name, and you will see these letters start to repeat. This is the shorter one. So this is the continuation where it ends, if that makes sense, okay? This is where we're going to chop off because it falls short. The rest of the name continues over here. So what I like to do is take the top sheet, lay it on the third sheet, and then just bring it to where it'll still give me enough room. See how this H is here and this H is here? I don't want to cut either H, okay? I want to be able to overlay that right there. So what I do is, once I see that, or you find a good point, I like to take my pen and mark it on the third sheet so I know where to cut, okay? So from there, we're going to go ahead and get our cutter. All right, let me make sure we're in frame. Okay. And then from there, or with your scissors, you're going to, as straight as possible, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but as straight as possible, go ahead and make that cut. Okay. All right. I have to go like this. Also, another thing is, when you print your pages out, give them about 5 to 10 minutes to dry, because you are going to be handling this paper right here, and you definitely don't want to leave any fingerprints or go through all this hard work only to find out that you've messed it up because you've left some fingerprints behind. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to use our tape, and we are going to begin to layer. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure you guys can see me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to lay it on top. Okay. I really hope you guys can see that. Okay, you can. Lay it on top. All right. Now this is where you're going to play the puzzle game. See, I don't want it right here. All right. I want this H right here where it starts to overlap, and we're good. Now, the good part is that if I wanted to follow it better, this part up here is going to help me out a lot because it's the words. So it's like that. Oh, it's like that. Y'all, please bear with me. Give me some grace, okay? So, yeah, what I was trying to do was line it up like that, okay? So, no, we're actually good. We're going to go ahead and come over right here. No wonder the stuff wasn't lining up for me correctly. Okay. So now that looks better. Let me show you what I was trying to do. I was trying to line it up with this H right here, and I just wasn't understanding why the words and everything else just wasn't ting. Okay. So now that we have what we need, we're gonna go ahead and come over here. All right. I'm gonna keep that in there because I make mistakes, you guys. Okay. So now let's see. That looks good. That looks good. This top portion, I'm not too sure about. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There. All right. So I've lined it up. It looks good. This is another reason why I said you want to let it dry. Okay. Because you will be touching it. All right. So what I like to do is place one going down like that. And I like to pull it so that way, you know, it can lay as flat as possible. If you guys wrap tumblers, then you'll know what I'm talking about by, you know, pulling it in the opposite direction. Okay. So I put tape like that. Then what I like to do is take tape and go like this on both ends. Okay. What we're getting ready to do next is flip it over. Please be careful when you flip this over because you can still scuff your image. Okay. So just be mindful of that. Okay. So now that I have it flipped over, what I like to do, you do not have to do this. I'm just scared of, you know, the extra ink making that section look darker. Is I like to, now that we've taped that part down, I pull it over like this. I'm going to cut this excess. Now you don't want to cut it perfectly to the other paper. You don't want to do that. You still want to leave a little bit behind. Okay. So. Alrighty. You see, I still left some right there. And then I'm able to bring it back over just like that. Now we're going to flip it and we are going to tape it. This is the part where you want to hold everything down really tight. Like I'm pulling to this way in that direction. And with my thumb, I'm pulling in this direction. And I want to lay that tape. And you want to press hard when you're doing it, but just be careful and mindful. And that's why I love this machine, because it's giving me all the tape I need. Okay. I'm sorry if you guys heard my shirt. I'm in my earpiece. Alrighty. And okay. So, boom. Everybody, that is our stole. Okay. Let me see if I can get the whole thing in frame. Okay. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to place our stole onto this. We're going to tape it down. Now, I'm going to show you how to tape it down. Just keep in mind that once I go upstairs, make sure you always heat press this, okay? You want to heat press it for about 10 seconds, your stole, to get any type of moisture out, any of these creases and stuff out, because you definitely don't want that to show on your image. But what you want to do, once you heat it for 10 seconds, I'm sorry, you guys, heat it for 10 seconds, you want to place it on here, okay? And you're going to make sure that everything that you want is going to be able to fit on there. And for me, it is, okay? Everything fits perfect. If you can look up here, there's still room up here at the tip. So there's going to be color there. There's going to be color all the way through. everything and all the images that I want to fit are going to be able to fit on here. Nothing is going to get left behind, okay? And then what you want to do is you're going to tape it down, okay? Tape is cheap, so use it. You're going to tape the bottom portion. I would say make sure you run along the side right here. For me, I would use 2 strips the way mine's cut on this section and then on this side of that section. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total with the 7th one holding this tip down because this tip right here will act funny. So when I get to the middle portion, I'll use 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then right here where we have this crease set, I'll tape it all the way across. Same thing here, tape it all the way across. And then when we get to the top, I'll do 3 as well. And then 3, and then boom, we're ready to press. When we get upstairs, you'll see it once it's all taped up. All right, see you up there. Bye. Okay, everybody, we are back and we are on the last leg of this tutorial. There's one thing that I forgot to tell you guys you're going to need. It is going to be, of course, your heat press or your hand press and butcher paper. If you don't have butcher paper, and you can use a Teflon sheet. If you don't have a Teflon sheet and you don't have butcher paper, remember that printer paper that I was telling you about? Believe it or not, use about 3 sheets and stack it on top of your image. You're good to go. The reason I say 3 sheets is because it's thin, so you don't want it to transfer through. So each section, you want to use 3 sheets. Okay, so the heat press is ready to go. Alrighty, I am going to lay the butcher paper down because of blowout and everything else. I just want to protect my plate. So this is because you guys are probably going to ask, a Trans Pro 16 by 20 auto release heat press. What that means is that once I close it, it pops open on its own. So I don't have to go back and forth. It does come out with the rollout and everything else. So let's get right on into it. So as you can see, if you can see this, how I have this side kind of chopped off, depending on your design, this will be really easy for you to do. If you have a complicated design, which you really shouldn't when it comes into this area right here, it should just kind of be the same space and color and everything. I'm able to do everything together. So the same way that we cut the individual sheets, you're just going to cut it right here and then flip it over. If you guys want me to do a video on that, I will do that. It'll probably take 4 days because a lot of you guys have requested some other videos for other things. Okay, so the very first thing that we are going to do is we are going to line it up. Okay, and I'm going to flip it over. There we go. Let that hang off. Y'all, bear with me. Make sure I'm in frame. Okay, I'm feeling for where the end of my heat press is. Right there. Okay, right here. So you are going to end up pressing your thing in sections, and you're actually going to press over some areas that you've already done because you don't want to have that sharp line of demarcation. All right, so I'm going to take another sheet, press it on top. My heat press is set to 400 for 60 seconds. Okay, you guys, and make sure we're in frame. You can see. Okay. Yep. There we go. Okay, the BS is starting. Oh, perfect. There we go. We've come too far. All right. Make sure that's pushed all the way in. Work with me, not against me. Woo! All right. Yeah, I almost took my finger off. There we go. Hold it like that. Okay. And we're going to wait 60 seconds. Once I am done pressing that section, I'm going to move it down so I can press everything in sections, you guys. Okay? Now, in the meantime, while I'm waiting for this to count down, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. If you guys want to send me any messages, some of you guys have my Facebook page. It is Francine Pennington on Facebook. And you guys can send me messages if you need to, or if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help. If not, you can leave comments in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to comment and answer any questions you guys have there. Also, if you guys don't mind, can you like, comment, and subscribe? Hit the notification bell for any updates. You can also follow my business page on Facebook, follow my TikTok, as well as my Instagram. And we have 7 seconds to go here, and we're getting ready to lift that bad boy up. See how that just popped open? I don't have to do anything. Woo! Jesus. All right. Now, you got to be careful with this part. And you should probably wear some heat protective gloves and not be like me. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do, dang it, I didn't get the tip part. That's okay. I'll have to come back and redo that. Dang it. All right. Now what I'm going to do is you'll be able to see where you've pressed the item at because it'll be darker. So what I'm going to do now is push it down. Okay. And I'm going to push it down and over like this because I want to get that angle. Okay. And what I'm doing right here is just bringing it over. Okay. I think that's good because that part. Boom. Okay. Ugh. What I'm going to do now is fold this over. Okay. And because I can see where it was, the ink and everything, I'm able to go ahead and make sure I do it correctly. Okay, and we're going to put this back in, and we're going to do it for another 60 seconds, and I'll come back, and then I'll readjust and do the bottom piece, and we'll be good. Okay, you guys, I stepped away, and I fixed the tip at the bottom and everything, and that's fine. I went ahead and sublimated the other side, and now I'm doing the middle portion, okay? So as you see, I have it hanging halfway, and then we're gonna press. You're gonna be repressing some of the other sections. That's totally fine, and don't worry about it. You're good to go, all right? Making sure everything is good. Okay, I'm gonna push that in, and we're gonna go ahead and go for 60. I'm trying to make sure you guys are in frame while still trying not to mess up like I did before. Okay. Huh. Yes. So, you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the kits. I hope you guys also looked at the other videos that I had listed. Some of you guys wanted to know how to list on Etsy. So I made a video for that to show how you would go in and make your listings and everything. And if you haven't set up an Etsy store yet, I have a link in that video where you'll get free listings. They change it up. Sometimes it's 50 listings. Sometimes it's 25 free listings where you don't have to pay that listing fee. So you don't have to worry about that. I also did a video on how to edit the templates for the stoles. And the same way that you do the stoles will be the same way that you do any of the templates. I like to do everything in layering because it's just easier that way. So yeah, just let me know. And again, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like how I just jump into the video and don't do a lot of talking in the beginning, please let me know. Some people actually were like, oh, you weren't very personable. You didn't talk to us or say anything. And I know me personally, when I'm looking for a video, I don't want to spend 15 minutes listening to somebody just talk. Like, can you please just go ahead and start? I usually do my talking when I'm pressing, in between, stuff like that, or at the very end. Okay, you guys, we are done. So now we are about to go ahead and take everything off and pray for the best, you guys, because me doing this on camera, trying to like walk you guys through, I just hope that I didn't forget anything. Baby, I didn't forget nothing. Oh, even that little booger that messed up. Oh, let me go ahead and, Who gonna check us? Nobody. Who gonna tell us that we don't have a big old printer? Nobody. You can't tell me I don't have that big old 24-inch printer already. You can't tell me. Baby, you can't tell me nothing. Okay. That ink is gone. Okay, people. Now we got this tape on here, but none of the, y'all see? Yes. Oh, no. That's cool. That's part of it. So I'm okay. No, it's not. Y'all look, I forgot this part right here, but thank God it's in the back and right here. So we're okay. No, actually, you know what? It is what the way I crossed it over, it got the splashes on it. So we're good. Okay. I know. And if they don't know, I can fix that. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and look at everything. If you guys can see that. Everything is good to go. You can't tell where we, put the pieces and stuff together. What you're going to do is the creases from it are there, but let me come in and show you guys. So the creases are there. See how this is? This is a crease from where it pressed up against. It's not the actual like slit or line. So once it cools down, you can go back over this on this side with like a regular iron. As you can see, the same thing back here. This was why I said you want to go ahead and press it for 10 seconds to get the lines and stuff out and those creases out. But outside of that, this looks good. It's showing our image and everything. We got it all done. Everything is on there. Everything fit. So you guys, we are good to go. I hope that was helpful. I hope that helped everyone. Boom. There we go. You guys, see you later. Bye.